Are we live? Do you think we are live?
Yeah, I think we are live. I got a notification, and that is usually what I'm wondering when I'm starting my LinkedIn live events. Like I'm on live,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, usually we are.
Yeah, I think we may be live. Okay, so so if we are live, then hello everyone. It's Olga Zarr from SEO Sly, and this is my friend Adriana. And we decided to do this end of year kind of live where we discuss our SEO success tips so that hopefully those tips we will share will help you become a better SEO, become a more successful SEO in 2024. And we'll share our tips, and we are happy to answer any questions or comments you have. So if you want us to answer a specific question, just put it in the chat and we'll get to you if we have enough time. And if we don't, then I have so many questions for Adriana that we'll be talking like for 4 hours. So okay, Adriana, can you briefly introduce yourself in case someone doesn't know you?
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't know me,
I'm
and
sure now you are a rising star.
thank you so much. Yeah, and basically, thank you for doing this with me because you helped me actually a lot with my journey. And just a few minutes ago, we mentioned actually my first kind of like appearance on the like YouTube online, like in the SEO world, and it was basically with you. I think it was like end of March or something like that,
Yeah, this
April.
year.
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, that's possible. Maybe I think around April or March we met for the first time face to face during
Yeah.
Brighton SEO, if I am correct. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, yeah. And we did, I think, 2 weeks before the Brighton, we did SEO like interview. So
Yeah.
basically, you were like my first kind of like support and help to go online. Before that, like this was like my first weeks of the like me being coach and like being coach in front of others. So I think I don't have anyone else that I would do this more just than with you because you were like in my first days. So thank you so
Oh,
much
awesome,
for.
awesome. I am very happy. And you are really doing something great. So what is it that you do in SEO? Because you
Yeah,
have this specific niche that's a bit different, and I think there is a huge demand for that niche. So what is it?
yeah, that was my first challenge actually, being a coach for SEO professionals and being a SEO manager itself. My first challenge going online is actually I didn't see anyone that is SEO manager who is doing coaching. I did see a lot of SEO managers and a lot of coaches, mindset coaches, but like I have never seen like SEO manager doing coaches for like SEOs. So that was my first challenge. Like, if there is nobody outside who is doing this, like, am I crazy to do this? Or like, is it just like perfect or I'm like totally like nuts? And that was my first challenge. But since I was working a lot of on my mindset and like bringing all these things, I said like, yeah, you know, like what the hell, like I will go there. I will actually present like what I did. I will present my story, and if people like, they like. If they don't like, I'm okay with even like people don't like it, because I know who I am and I know that like this can help other people. So basically, what I do to answer your question is actually I'm SEO manager and I'm coach for SEO professionals. Being what means coach, because there is so many like negative tendency around coaching and just like, you know, like taking money from people and like not doing anything. And coach is actually mentor for your mindset, but I'm not technical mentor, and I wanted to make that difference in people's minds. So actually, I'm helping you to be successful in the way you are doing your SEO job. So basically, all my clients and all my focus is just for SEO professionals, because I think I can help them the most, because I'm SEO manager as well. So I know like what we are handling all these weeks, whenever like Google update, me and my client are sharing like the same thoughts, the same concerns, because like we are the one. So that's me. That's who I am and what I'm doing.
Okay, that's really inspiring. So, and because can you tell me more about like what skills do you think an SEO manager needs to build to be a successful one? Because, for example, when it comes to me, I am pretty sure I am a very poor manager, and I am like I am good at doing my SEO job, not necessarily at managing people. So, are there like specific skills we can build, or is it like how is it?
Yeah, I think you mentioned the crucial thing, and
Mm-hmm.
and that is not that you are poor manager. I just you don't like being manager. So if you want to be a SEO manager, a successful SEO manager, you really need to love that. You need to love like all this communication, like bad things, and like managing like all your employees and like your team as well as the client. So basically, first thing is, if you don't love it, like you will not perform well, at least like you will not enjoy. So definitely, like, I'm seeing you as a great SEO consultant, and I'm reading your like newsletter, like, and all these like technical things that I'm getting from you. So please don't say that you're poor like anything in your sentence, because definitely that will affect our brain patterns. But it's just like the way how you want to lead your SEO job.
Mm-hmm.
As I can see, you don't want to be SEO manager, so
No.
that's good. But definitely, you are great in your things, and like that's totally fine, because we don't need all to be SEO managers. That was
Right.
my path. I don't think it's the right or like wrong. It's just the way how you do the things.
Yeah.
So firstly, for definitely for success, to be a successful like SEO manager, you need to first know how to say a success.
Yeah. So the one is checked.
Yeah, so
Success. Okay.
not at the
What's
first
next?
glance. I was having a trouble to say successful.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. I used to have a lot of trouble saying that, so I can totally relate.
yeah, right.
Okay.
It's
So
like so many successes.
successful. Yeah. Successes. Okay. What's
Yeah.
next?
After that, definitely you need some technical knowledge, because if you don't know the SEO, like, at least, and I can say basis, definitely you need more than that. But you don't need to have deep knowledge or Python of CSS, like all these things. Definitely, like, you need to be good in your technical things, because like you will lead people knowing like technical things.
Uh
But
huh.
after a good level of the technical knowledge, then everything else is a soft skills. Everything else is a communication. Everything else is a leadership skills, because you are having your team, you are leading your team. So you really need to know like how to be the biggest support for
Mm-hmm.
your team. And I think the biggest misconception about being successful SEO manager is actually that you need to be like so technical person,
Uh huh.
so like, and that is a challenge that a lot of SEO specialists like can't overcome it, because they will learn technical things like for the 15 years, and they will still think that they are not good enough. So definitely being about SEO manager is just more about soft skills, negotiation things, all these, like, I would say, like, soft skills. Once you are okay to take that challenge, then it's just like being a lot of times mistaken,
Uh
learning,
huh.
but have that proper mindset that like one mistake doesn't mean that you are unsuccessful, one bad day doesn't mean that you are unsuccessful again. And definitely like learning. So as fast as you are adaptable, as fast as you are just like, okay, I made mistake, how I can fix it, I'm finding a support how to fix it, and then moving forward.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. What about if I have three worse days?
Yeah,
Does it?
still doesn't matter. Like few days, few weeks, few months. Like I'm having a bad day. I honestly, yesterday I was in Spain and I had a bad day, and like people would say like, why you're
And that's
having a bad
okay,
day.
right?
Maybe
You
that's
can have a
okay.
bad, you
Yeah.
can, yeah. I have a lot of those perfectionist tendencies, and when I don't do what I plan to do, or when I feel that I am getting distracted easily, then I kind of get frustrated, and this entire train of thought enters, saying me that yeah, maybe there is something wrong with my entire kind of approach to work, and like this is crazy. And but one good thing is that I have now awareness of that, so I can at
Yeah.
least spot those things.
Yeah, the first great step is actually be aware of it. Catch that like feeling, okay, now I'm having a bad day. What I can do to fix it. Sometimes you can't do anything like in that moment, and the crucial thing is just like leave yourself alone. Don't say like why I'm doing this, why I'm not productive, like I have everything I wanted to have, now I'm having a bad day, I'm not in the mood, like look all these things that I created, and like you are still in that bad mood. So just like leave yourself alone, and then finding kind of like a system like what is working for you.
Yeah, 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 makes perfect sense. Okay, so let's share some of our top SEO success tips. So maybe I will start with a few of my success tips. So the first one, this is something that's kind of transformed my entire SEO career from being this hidden SEO living under the rock, no one knew about, to kind of starting to get some publicity and networking, getting to know other SEOs, was the decision to create my own website about SEO, showing my face there, and actually starting to write articles about SEO based on what I knew, or maybe based on what I knew, plus doing some research. So this was something I started in 2020. I didn't really have a lot, kind of many goals or many plans. I just said, okay, I am starting this. I am going to write 1-2 articles per week. I will write them in the best way I can, and we'll see what happens. And it kind of created this snowball effect that led me to where I am now, where to the situation where I could quit my SEO jobs. So this is my tip number one. Whether you are starting out, it doesn't really matter what your level is. Start a website and start sharing your knowledge, and in this way build your brand. So usually it is good to have presence on LinkedIn or on X, Twitter, now also Threads, but I'm still kind of, I don't really know how Threads work. But yeah, Threads, those other social media platforms that work for you. I would say having a mentor, having someone who knows more than you is also important. Having someone you can ask about a few things. So, for example, at the beginnings of my journey to kind of go online to show myself, I exchanged a few messages with Aleida Solis, who is incredibly helpful and provided me with awesome advice. And if someone is looking to learn SEO, I strongly recommend you check Aleida's website, learningseo.io. This is, I think, the best place to start. Other thing I would say, courses. Take complete courses, SEO courses. If you cannot afford a paid one, there are plenty of free ones. You can research that. Your other SEOs will probably know which ones are worth doing. There are also like starts, comments, so I don't think it will be very difficult to find one. On Coursera, there are a ton of free courses. There's like this search engine optimization specialization there, which is something I took, I think, when I was starting out in, I don't know, 2012, 2013. So this is, for example, a course you may want to take to kind of get a general grasp, and show on podcasts, show on YouTube. And yeah, maybe now you share a few tips. So this will be my top ones, but this is not everything. What
Yeah.
about you?
Yeah, I was listening to you, and I think we have like very similar, but my perspective is just like from that mindset thing. Definitely, firstly, I would like to discuss like what is success, because definitely success for me, you, and different SEOs will be different things. When I was younger and when I was starting like as a SEO consultant, I was just dreaming as a SEO consultant career and being SEO consultant with like 10 years. So basically that would be my success. And then I realized, and I met a lot of people who are having like 10, 15, 20 years of experience in the SEO, but like their life is not something that I want, and there is no right or wrong. It's just like it's not what
Yeah,
I want really, like for myself. So
this is
once,
perfect.
so
We should start.
once,
We should
yeah,
have. Sorry, we should have started with the definition of success, what it means to us. So please go ahead with
yeah,
yours, and then I will share mine.
yeah, doesn't matter. I think definitely like perfect moments. Uh, as always, like, and you know, like we always plan our episodes to start with and with, but I think like in the end, like we are coming like in the perfect moment, like. So yeah, so definitely like what is success for you. Also after like I realized that I don't want to be like these kinds of like SEO experts with 10, 15 years of experience, then I was thinking SEO success is a SEO title. So I was just like striving for a new SEO title, like being senior SEO consultant. And then I was thinking, once I am SEO manager, that will resolve like all my problems, all my anxiety, all my stress. So success is SEO manager. I achieved that, and I was feeling like even worse because I
Oh,
was having that kind of like more responsibility, you know, like when you woke up and you know that you are SEO manager, you know that you are leading your team, then you are putting like much more pressure on you. So I realized, okay, I'm SEO manager, but I'm not feeling successful. So again, something is wrong. And then a lot of people are putting some salary expectations, like money things, like, and like that's again, like there is nothing wrong with it. You just need to know what is success for you. Because in the end of my journey, when I achieve like all these things, salary things, money things, I realized that I'm not feeling successful yet. And then when I started with all these things like mindset things, finding my core values, finding really like what I'm really striving for, like what I'm really looking for, then I discovered that actually success and being successful, SEO is more about fulfillment, is more about like helping others, because I'm having the best feelings when I'm helping others. So also like maybe some that kind of like ultimate freedom, that I'm
yeah,
without any restrictions, time limits, or anything. So that's the thing. Like you can have like different areas, but just like first find yourself like in one of them, like, and just like start with that. Another thing what I'm seeing with my SEO clients is actually that if you want to be successful, and if that successful things, achievements are coming from your own insecurities, you will
yeah,
not be happy at all. Like doesn't matter, you know the feeling when you got something that you really wanted for a long time ago,
yeah,
you got that, and you're feeling nothing.
yeah. And it's like, where's the magic I was expecting, right?
Yes, yes. In the most of cases, that is something that we didn't want, like in the first place, like just like for hours. Maybe we watch someone else, so we thought like, yeah, like I don't know, this LinkedIn profile has like thousands followers, I want that, and you got that, but actually it's not you. You just wanted to prove yourself to others. You just wanted to show and present like your family and friends, your co-workers, that like you're maybe successful, and then you get that, but it's not, because you didn't want to that for yourself. It's just like more other like wish. It's not like truly what you are feeling inside.
Yeah, so I can say that success is a little bit like happiness. It needs to like come from inside more than from outside. Is it
Yeah.
like a correct kind of comparison?
Yeah. Again, like, and definitely, like, if you want, and if your success is actually that just like others are seeing you as an SEO expert, then you're successful in that way. In most of times, what I'm seeing is actually people really want to feel that they are
Yeah,
successful, and
totally.
then needs to come internally. And internally will come when you work on yourself, when you work on your mindset, when you fix all these insecurities, why you want this success. Because my personal story is actually I wanted to be like SEO manager because I was thinking that is title that I can show and present my family and friends like, yeah, I'm SEO manager. That's not my wish, like internal wish. My internal wish is actually being fulfilled every day during my SEO tasks and my job.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. Yeah, totally. So it is a little bit similar with me. So like year ago, like 2 years ago until a year ago, I was the director of SEO, right? It sounds like for an agency in the US, it sounds like, wow, it sounds so well. So I have to be so successful from the outside. But actually, when I was that person, I didn't really feel this is the place for me, that I feel successful, that I feel happy. So I have this title, and so what? And I am not fulfilled at all. So this kind of was a stage in my SEO career when I realized that the only way for me to feel successful, happy, and fulfilled is if I do SEO on my own terms, and I work the way I like, which means in specific hours with a break for a workout, without long calls that do not make sense for me, without the pressure, without time tracking, that I can work exactly the way I feel. And this is what pushed me to becoming an independent SEO. And this is for me really I feel successful in that way, that I was able to achieve that after 10 years or so working for someone else, or working for someone else and doing my own thing like on the side. So that would be the definition for me. But now I am this consultant, but now I am looking for like other ways. How do I feel fulfilled? How do I not feel guilty that I worked less than I should a given day? Because there are days when I'm not able to work 8 hours straight. And these are, I think, those internal issues that an SEO coach probably would be helpful with. So this is kind of the kind of the insight from me. Yeah.
Yeah, because like everything is in the stages. So definitely when you don't have a job, your first goal is actually get a job, because definitely you can't look for fulfillment and happiness and in the moment when you don't have a job. So, for example, when we finished the college, like our first thing was to actually get a job. Once you are getting job, definitely you want some good projects, some good established companies, some titles, some salary things, some money. But when you have all these things and you see that like that is not what makes you happy and fulfilled on everyday basis, then you are looking for an additional like stage, and definitely that's the quality of life that we are looking for. Because like firstly, we are not working just like for nonsense. Like definitely we want to improve our life. So why we wouldn't do that? Like definitely there are all these like things, mindset things that can help you improve your quality of life. And then like of course when you accomplish all these things, like definitely you were like SEO director, so that's like great thing. Like, but if you notice in that moment that is not something that you are like thriving of happen, then you, of course, and it's expected that you will start looking for additional things. And that's great, because like you have been like encouraged to move from the SEO director that like everybody is just like talking about. And I think like the most of your audience will give everything to be a SEO director one day. But once you are accomplished, you realize that like your happiness is somewhere else.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then it's a great thing that you actually moved and find your thing, as a SEO consultant, doing like all these things, doing all these like interviews, having newsletter, having your audience, having your community, because definitely these things are more fulfilling for you
Yeah,
than just like being a SEO director for some
yeah,
companies and clients.
yeah, totally, totally.
And there is always, so once you reach that, now it's the next step for something else that you are looking for. So, and that is actually success, like all these steps, but always looking for things that you really, that are really aligned to you, not others, not your parents, not your families, not your partner, not anyone except for you.
Yeah, yeah, totally. So my other tip, because I will forget, is to get acquainted with AI tools, with AI, with kind of those things that are trending now. Everyone is talking about AI, chat GPT. I'm not saying that we should like switch our entire career and just do AI, create courses about AI, but as an SEOs, we need to be aware that some change is coming in one form or another, whether it is going to be the change with Google or with other search engine or with like, we don't know that. But we have to keep that in mind that something is changing, and we should stay kind of in touch with what's going on. We should use those tools, play with them. So that would be more of a practical success tip. But I think if something dramatic changes, like Google changes totally, those clients, those people who have websites and get clients through websites, they will have no one to turn to help except for SEO. So we will be those types of middlemen, connectors with what's going on now and what they can do to still get those clients. So this would be I think one of the tips for 2024 from me as well. What about you? What would be your some more practical to do tip?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely when you know like what you want and like what is successful for you, then definitely position yourself as an expert in any area of SEO, or like just general area of SEO, because one side definitely is actually your success can be that like you are not being in front of others, not visible, so that's totally fine. Like but if you want to be, and if you see yourself as a SEO expert, like that everybody knows you and like reaches you like as a first person for some specific SEO niche, for example, then definitely positioning yourself as an expert, and of course like LinkedIn platform is perfect for it. Positioning yourself as a SEO expert brings a lot of sabotaging thoughts and things that and thoughts that you think that you will not be able to. But I guarantee if you are having more than like 6 months of SEO expertise, you can be some, I can't say like expert, because like what expert even means in the end, but definitely you can be a perfect profile for somebody else to help. Doesn't matter, is it small business, is it specific business, is it being a technical mentor for some people who are just starting, is it just like content copywriter for specific niche, for something else, but like find that niche, find like accommodate like all your personalities, characters, like what you really are, and find your space in the SEO. Because like what I did is actually even like there is no one who is SEO manager and coach for SEO professionals. I didn't be afraid to say like, yeah, that is not existed, like I will not be there, because just like in the first year of my coaching, I'm seeing like that a lot of people are actually looking for that, even that is not something that has been in the industry for a long time ago. So just like be yourself, and definitely what 2024 will bring is being authentic, and you can be authentic. And that is like the hardest and the easiest way, because like we think that like the worst thing is actually being ourselves, but actually that is the only way for authentic way. So doesn't matter like your experience, maybe you were journalist before or something like that, definitely accommodate all your skills and find that niche that you want to work with others, like companies, people, doesn't matter, but just like find that authentic yourself for the future growth.
Yeah, that's a perfect tip. Okay, so maybe now let's switch to questions. I think we have a few. And here's the comment regarding my SEO Looker studio. So I'm very happy that you are enjoying that. So yeah, a new Looker studio will be coming in, I think in 2024 early. So stay tuned. And if you want to get it, just subscribe to my SEO newsletter. Now onto the questions. How can I quit my job at SEO agency and start freelancing in SEO on my own? So I would say to that, I will take that question if you are okay. So I would say the best way is to start doing something on the side while you are still working at the SEO agency, unless you have a lot of funds accumulated and you are okay with not earning money for a year or something. Most people aren't. So this is the way I did it. So I was basically working on the side for 2 years before I was able to quit my job and just replace the income with the client work. So doing it on the side, it will probably mean working over weekends, working after you finish in the evenings or in the mornings. But this is, I would say, the safest way to do it. So yeah, this would be my recommendation. I think the next question will be good for you. And I think you kind of touched upon this. So, should the SEO manager be an expert in SEO, or is it not important to have excellent SEO knowledge to work as a manager? So,
Yeah, this is always a question, and definitely here we have like two critical points, like what is expert in SEO, because like SEO is so like wide, and like what is excellent SEO knowledge.
yeah,
Because if you are looking for like excellent SEO knowledge, you will not reach excellent SEO knowledge at all.
yeah,
Because whenever you are finding a new kind of knowledge, you're just opening a new rabbit hole that you don't know.
totally.
And that is a huge blocker for your mindset to actually be a SEO manager. So definitely having a few years of the experience, and whenever you feel that you would like to start as a SEO manager, because like that's the real signal. Definitely I'm still learning. I'm, for example, my team members in some areas of expertise, they are like being like more technical than me, and like that's totally fine, because like I don't want another Adriana in my team. I really want other people, for example, having like deep technical knowledge. So I don't need to compete with my team. I just need to lead them and provide the support how they can do their best themselves. The same for our clients, like we are leading the SEO clients in the way, like, so being a SEO team lead, SEO manager, head of SEO is not about you being the best employee of the company, the best SEO of the industry. It's just like if you decide that you would like to take that path, and then kind of like be sure that you really want to help others employees to be themselves, because the best themselves. Because if you're feeling that kind of like competitiveness in your team members, then definitely you are not good for SEO manager, because like every day you will feel
Yeah.
that you are not good enough.
Yeah, totally. Couldn't agree more. And here, as an SEO manager has to know more than the team and be the go-to guy or gal looking for SEO answers that they cannot re-satisfy. Was
Yeah.
it correct?
I would challenge with that. Definitely. And again, always track like what you are thinking, always track what you are asking, because you put like has to know more than the team. How we can put the grade, like who knows more, like my team member or me, like because we are not doing
Yeah.
SEO tests. Definitely your team member will be stronger in one point of view, maybe content creation, maybe SEO strategy, but definitely you will have other things. I would say the most crucial skills that you really need to be above your team members are actually like communicational skills, negotiation skills, and that
Mm-hmm.
kind of like leading conversational like between you as your client, and definitely being your support for your team. So these things are more kind of like more important for you being a manager, as your manager, and definitely having a strong team, because I'm so inspired when I'm getting a new team member who is like more experienced in one, for example, technical things, maybe in Python that I don't know at all. So I'm trying to find a team member, because like definitely we have a good like project base when we have some team members that are stronger than me.
Yeah. I think it makes perfect sense. So when I was working at the SEO agency, I knew back then that I don't like being a manager. So I was always this type of a specialist, and specialist specializing in just one very narrow area. This was SEO auditing. And then, for example, my managers, they couldn't replicate what I was doing, and that was okay because I was the person to do that, not them. They were supposed to manage people, right?
Yeah.
And talking about management skills, so in the case of my site, I'm now taking advice from you. So if in my SEO consultancy there is my business partner, husband, my pigeon, and me, do I need a lot of management skills, or I will need more of them if my company grows? But I'm not planning on growing them, but assuming it will by one person or something. So, or can I just be okay on my own
Yeah,
with that setup?
yeah, definitely you can be, but you can be your own. Maybe you just analyze, for example, what kind of like tasks are the most repetitive, what tasks are you losing the most of your energy, and maybe you don't want to and you don't like to work. And then, because like in your case it can be, for example, another person that you will delegate some, for example, administration things, maybe even just like be having a project manager for a part-time or like for a few hours.
Mm-hmm.
It is actually good for you, because definitely you don't need SEO manager or like SEO director if your company is just like few people. Yeah, and like that's totally fine. But I think you touched the greatest like perspective is actually you can't be successful if you don't know how to delegate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
that is very hard to actually allow someone else to work our tasks or like part of our job, because we know that we are in best for it, and like we are kind
Yeah.
of like we want to control that. But if you really want to be a successful person, as you can see like all these like the most successful like SEO entrepreneurship like entrepreneurs, like they know how to delegate and they have their own team for doing different things.
Yeah, totally. And hi, Evelina. Evelina is our SEO friend. Hi, Evelina. If you
Hi.
have any questions, let us know. But I think you are
Yes.
already a successful SEO. Evelina's just started freelancing recently, so good luck. Um, we have another question. I was promoted to SEO manager a few months ago, but I don't feel comfortable in the managerial role. Is there an option to return to work as an SEO specialist at the same company, or should I leave? So, what would you say to that?
Yeah. So firstly, of course, that you are not feeling comfortable because like you are new to the position, and of course that you didn't have before some positions that you were leading the team and like all these things. Definitely, imposter syndrome is coming to your place. So. Being not comfortable in the role doesn't mean that you will not be successful in that role. So the
Mhm.
option is definitely, you have like few options, and if you really think that you don't like to be in manager role and you don't see yourself for the future, then definitely I'm encouraging you to have open discussion like with your manager, boss, doesn't matter, and like seeing like, hey, I would like to be SEO specialist. So that's the option always. But please don't give up on something that maybe is also good for you. So just like growing you as a SEO manager or working on your mindset and all your soft skills can made you a perfect, like the most successful SEO manager. But just like don't give up. Don't think that something that you are experiencing stress like on daily basis is not good for you for the future. You just need to find solution how to fix all these I would say doubts that you have. If you don't want to see yourself as a manager role, then definitely go as a SEO specialist. But the last option is just like changing the company, because you will experience the same feelings that you're experiencing now in the other company. So quitting is the worst case scenario, because like you definitely there are some situations when it's good for your health to quit the company. But if you are looking just like for these things, the quitting of the company is not solution, because you will face the same challenge in another
Yeah,
company.
yeah, yeah.
A lot of people are thinking that actually just like quitting their job will fix their problems, but then you are enrolling a new job and then you are having like 10 more new problems that you didn't have like in your previous job.
Yeah, totally,
So
totally.
finding a reason why you really want to quit. Is it just like insecurity, self-doubts, imposter syndrome, like feeling that you're good enough, that you're not good enough? If you are stressed every day, definitely first finding a thought like why you are feeling this, and then deciding, okay, if you want to go in another direction, then quitting a job, definitely. But um, I would say 99% like quitting a job and finding a new job will not fix your problems, unfortunately.
Yeah, yeah. So you touched upon imposter syndrome, which I think is quite common, especially I think among women in SEO. So, what would be your tips to overcome imposter syndrome?
Yeah, I think I don't have like numbers with how many SEOs I have been talking, and I think 99% like they have all have imposter syndrome. The only difference is actually if they are aware that is imposter syndrome and which kind of symptoms they have. Sometimes they are not feeling good enough. Sometimes they have self doubts. Sometimes they don't want to take opportunities in the company or other opportunities outside the company, because they are thinking it's not for them. Then they are not asking for salary, they are not putting a right price behind that. Like it doesn't matter if you are individual SEO consultant or you are working for a company. So imposter syndrome is just covers a lot of different things, but like the core problem is imposter syndrome. The biggest misleading about the imposter syndrome is that something that is normal, expected, and that is good for your growth, because people are thinking, yeah, I'm not feeling good enough, that will help me to grow more. Totally like wrong,
Oh,
because you can fix your imposter syndrome like today, tomorrow, just when you know how to implement that. It is it is very easy, just like few steps and then like a little bit of practice. And that is what I'm doing on these mindset coaching things. So we are helping to fix this problem. But definitely, like, when you put out of these barriers that you're thinking that it's helpful, that is normal, everybody's having that, and then you are having SEO expert with a 15, 20 years of experience coming to podcast and saying like, yeah, I'm still having imposter syndrome. And then 20 million people are still thinking, yeah, that's normal. Yeah, I'm so great that I'm having imposter syndrome. And then just like completely SEO community is like sucked because that they think that like it's normal, but it's not normal. There is just way how to fix that. And mindset coaching is perfect way for it.
Uh-huh. Okay, okay. Very, very nice input. And regarding soft skills, negotiation skills, is it also something you teach in your coaching?
Yeah, depending, for example, from which area people are coming. For example, if they are coming from consultancy, then definitely like we are working on these like sabotaging thoughts around the pricing, around the offer, around the all these things. Because definitely I'm not business coach, so I'm not helping you to actually create your offer, but what I'm helping you to actually move away all these sabotages that you are don't put the right price behind your offer, because
Mm-hmm.
definitely all these thoughts are sabotaging you to put just like doing SEO audits for a couple of dollars or something like that, not having like the real price besides like all your work, all your energy, all your knowledge, or all your years. And then I'm helping managing like all these sabotaging thoughts. Besides, like, for example, another people are want to negotiate for a salary increase, so
Mm-hmm.
then definitely we are working on these sabotaging thoughts, like why you are so afraid to ask for a salary increase. Then you are thinking that manager will give me like what I'm deserving, they will know.
Oh, no,
then
never.
then so many additional things, like I don't want to ask, I think I deserve it, or like I don't want to ask, like they should know it, just like putting the ownership on someone else. And if you don't own your even like ask for a salary increase, then definitely you can't be surprised in the end when you're not getting the salary that you want. And then people are quitting the job, and then they are not able to negotiate a new salary with the new company. So all these things we are covering, like you are uh, definitely after the mindset coaching that we are doing, you will be more confident to negotiate for a salary increase, to put a higher prices in front of your work, because like I put the price in front of my work, so I'm teaching you how to put the price like besides your worth. Doesn't matter like if you are full-time, part-time, SEO consultant, whatever, freelancer, like doesn't matter, like.
Yeah, yeah, I think this is a very important piece you're talking about. So, like taking responsibility for yourself, right? So you cannot expect your boss to come to you and tell you, "Oh, what about I give you 50% increase? Would you like that?" No, you have to take your own life and you have to fight for it. If your
Yeah,
boss is not willing to do that, get another boss
yeah,
or try something else. So this was also something that I didn't really like in my employers, that they weren't really, of course they weren't happy to give me rises, and even if they did, they were like very, very small. And this was really pissing me off because I was aware that I am making them like 10 times, 50 times, 100 times more money than they are paying me, and they still want to like save on me, and they treat me as a cost, not as an investment. So yeah, if you want to change your like financial situation, you have to really act on that, right?
yeah. And honestly, I think it's a beautiful thing, because I don't think anyone would be able to get for me what I want than just like me. because if I want, if and also we need to be like realistic. I don't ask for something that is like no realistic, but if I'm seeing like what I'm contributing to my company, if I'm seeing like what I'm contributing my SEO clients, my team members, then definitely like I want to put some numbers behind it, because like I'm not working in a charity. So
Totally.
yeah, and like why we are just like not discussing that, because like people are so afraid to like first talk about like these mindset thing, money mindset, because like nobody is talking about salaries, nobody talking about rises, and like I honestly I don't care. Like I'm very straightforward person, so honestly for me was important to have some salary that I can implement the lifestyle that I want. So, and if I'm working every day very hard, if I'm reading all these SEO things, if I'm putting some success besides my SEO clients, why would I not ask my manager for a salary increase?
Yeah.
And of course, I'm totally open for a feedback if for example, if she's saying to me like, hey, I don't think that your impact to the company is aligned with the salary number that you are asking for. I will say, yes, okay, what I can do
Yeah.
to make that impact. If
Yeah.
not, I'm getting that salary increase, I'm happy, I will do better my job, I will be inspired to help my SEO clients, my team members. And why wouldn't I ask for that? But people are so afraid because they are fearing, they have a huge fear of rejection. But my
Yeah.
approach of the rejection is actually, you saying me no is just is one step closer to another yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Yeah.
and why would I care if my manager is saying no to me for my, for example, hard work that I'm doing? Because that is a perfect, I will quit and then I will find a new manager who is willing to put the right numbers behind that. So should I blame this manager who told me no, or should I be just like, yeah, thanks for saying me no, because I was able to find a manager who kind of like appreciate me with that
Yeah.
number.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I need to ask that. I need to
Yeah.
ask that. It's
Yeah.
it's my responsibility.
Yeah. Yeah. Totally. Totally. Couldn't agree more. And I heard somewhere that you are starting an SEO newsletter in 2024. Can you share more about that?
Yeah, so I think last week I put that on my LinkedIn. So basically, yeah, when I was positioned myself in the coaching industry as a coach for SEOs, I didn't want to start like in all platforms, like just Twitter, YouTube, I don't know, like so many different things. So I think it's perfect time after like 7-8 months of doing that to start with a newsletter as well, because in that way, like people who are really interested in the coaching will have more beneficial like insights, more tips, more kind of like what we are really doing in these like SEO coaching sessions. I will share basically all my knowledge, like how I learn all these like mindset things, my approach, and how you can do the same. So basically that will be like my goal for 2024, to actually like put all my knowledge in the paper. But I need to practice a little bit like writing, because I'm not like a great
ChatGPT will help
yeah.
you.
Yeah, but I'm not huge fan of ChatGPT for like my
But for
post.
proofreading stuff and improving your original writing, I think it's perfect.
Oh, you know what I did when I started with the SEO podcast? I did that for example, I would write my episode and then I would put like in ChatGPT. But you know what I didn't like? When I was reading that, it didn't sound like me.
Uh-huh.
So I didn't want, for example, all people who are watching me, who like me, they will like me in the way how I'm pronouncing like these no English words, how I'm missing them, how I'm making like all these mistakes. And if they like my attitude during that time, in the way how I'm talking, then definitely I don't want to misleading them, for example, putting in the email something that is like perfectly English optimized, perfectly like sounding in English, and then they're coming to coaching and then seeing me that like I'm not native English speaker, I'm not a huge, like I don't have like huge vocabulary or something like that, I'm pronouncing like even vocabulary in the wrong way, and then it will be like two different person. So that's the thing for me, for my coaching, like
Uh-huh.
things I'm not using ChatGPT, I'm using for my SEO clients, for some other things definitely, like, but for me, I think if people like me in the way how I'm like today in front of camera, then it's just like I will write in the same way on the paper, actually in the email.
Yeah, okay, that makes perfect sense. But the way I did it, for example, I fed ChatGPT with loads of my stuff, original stuff. Then I kind of taught it my style, taught it how I do things, and I think it is possible to teach it to write in your own style. So for me, this was like a really huge time saver when I write my newsletter in a bit sloppy way, and then I put it there. Please sound like me, but remove all the sloppiness. It really does magic. So for me,
Yeah,
this is actually a
yeah, and
good
that's
tool
the thing,
in
if
in
it's
this
working.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, if it's working for you, like perfect. Like for me, like when I'm reading this and when I was reading that episode, it was like oh my god, this is like professional English teacher, and I'm not feeling like that. So I was like, no, 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 no. Even I did record some episodes, but it didn't felt like me. So I
Uh
said
huh.
like, no, I will just like, because part of my coaching session is actually being you, not
Mm-hmm.
pretending. So I can say like, okay, I can't pretend that I'm someone else who knows like perfectly English or something like that. I really, uh, I'm teaching other people to be themselves. So first it needs to come from me being my truly myself. But for example, in your case, it's working, and like that's the beauty of all these things. If it's working for you, just like continue with that. If not working, then you need to find solution.
Yeah. Oh, we have a question: how to find SEO related jobs. So I would say the way I am finding those jobs is actually they all come to me because I started with doing my SEO blog. I got some visibility from Google, then from social media followers. So actually, for me, those jobs, SEO clients come to me. Also, the job I had, it. I didn't apply for that job; they kind of just came to me. So in this way, I would recommend having your own outlet. But there are, of course, nice websites like I think remorters.net by Aleida Solis. I hope I have it right. So there are tons of SEO jobs available there. And what would you say to that, Adriana?
Honestly, I have no idea because I'm not looking for a job. Yeah, I'm not looking for a job like almost 2 years. Before that, I was reaching on LinkedIn. I was fulfilling that like these. But yeah, definitely, I'm not the right person
Yeah,
for
yeah.
for that.
Yeah, I think if you have a nice following on LinkedIn, if you actually share meaningful stuff, and if you, for example, mark that you are looking for employment, or even that it says that you work somewhere as an SEO specialist, you should get a ton of messages from recruiters. So I used to really get tons of those messages from other companies, but I even get them to this day, but to many of them I don't even have time to reply. So I would say if you build your brand, you are showing yourself out there and sharing your actual knowledge, which is like your own experience, something you have been doing. Like you have your own website, you have a set of websites, you're actually doing something with those websites and showing that will probably land you a few jobs or a few SEO kind of projects. One thing that I know also people are doing is they answer questions related to SEO in Google help for forums. This is the place where I know people get. And there is this famous website. What is it called? Where you can get what's happening now? Balloons. There is this website. What's the website where you hire freelancers? I don't remember.
Upwork, right?
Oh yeah, Upwork. Yeah, this is what
Okay.
I mean.
Yeah,
Up,
I saw balloons, but I have no
yeah.
idea where
Well,
balloons
does it
came.
does it happen if I do like that? I don't know. Weird. Maybe it was maybe it was the indication we should be wrapping up because we have crossed our mark. Okay, Adriana, one final thought for 2024 and we'll be wrapping up.
Oh, my
Yeah.
thought.
One sentence thought.
One sentence thought. I think what I'm currently still working on is actually to put uh, goals for 2024 in terms of feelings. How I want to
Mm-hmm.
feel in 2024, how I want to feel every morning when I woke up, how I want to feel during my work day.
Yeah.
It's not about titles, it's not about salaries, not about projects, not about clients, not about anything. It's just how I really want to feel during my day.
Yeah, this is perfect because a few years ago, all my goals were earn this money by, like, everything was money oriented. Then it was kind of become an SEO consultant. And now my goals are going towards, I want to work less. I want to have more time for myself. I want to have better work-life balance. And I think if I do that, I will be working less, but I don't think that my results will suffer in any way because like this kind of balance is very very needed in my case, and I think in most cases, in all cases, basically. So I would say this is my goal for SEO for 2024. In addition to all those ambitious goals of becoming better, learning this, doing that, but I know I have a tendency of putting too many goals, too many to dos, and overwhelming myself. So I would probably like to cut down on that list a little bit. Okay, so where can people find you, follow you? Like,
Yeah,
what's
I
the
think
best place?
the best way is actually to follow me on LinkedIn and
Mm-hmm.
coaching for SEO professionals YouTube channel. So basically, they can get a lot of free material content, how to actually be successful in their own. So many like free things, but if you want to put that in advanced level and like speed up the process, so you can work with me. For me, I wanted to say like
For
for
where?
me. No, just like we are working together 4 months. It's 2000, and you
Uh-huh.
will see progress every week. If not, just let me know. So basically, we will arrange and make that progress
Mm-hmm.
suitable for you. So
Yeah, cool. Cool. And with me, so if you haven't subscribed yet, just do it because I always forget to say that, like, comment, shares. I always forget. So I've just said it. And you can follow me on LinkedIn and on X. And I am just starting to get into Threads. Are you on Threads? Yes,
yes,
I
I
think
am,
you
but
are. Yeah. But it's
I'm
tough
not.
because you can only access it on your phone. And I don't really post from my phone. I have to like get a right way around this.
Yeah,
So
I'm not
yeah,
active there as well.
yeah, and subscribe to my SEO newsletter and to Adriana's SEO newsletter when it's out. I will let my audience know to subscribe. So yeah, I think that's all from us. I hope to do it again in New Year in some time. I think people like those topics. There was a demand for those topics. Okay, so Adriana, thank you so much for doing this with me today. It was awesome. And thank you, everyone, for your presence, your questions. If you have any more questions, you can just put them in the comments. I will try to answer each and every one of them. And yeah, that's it.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. I think we brought a lot of value here for people who are even here or like who are going to watch. And thank you for all your work. It's helping a lot of like all SEO professionals. Like definitely, I'm on your newsletter, so basically, I'm taking a lot of things and like putting in my in front of my SEO clients and like saying like this is news. Like so,
Oh,
thank you so much for doing this. It's uh, definitely one of my top newsletters that I'm following, and I'm not following like too much of them because
oh,
I don't want to
awesome.
don't overwhelm myself.
Awesome. Awesome. Thank you. So thanks, everyone. And we are going offline to talk off the record now. Bye bye.